Welcome, everyone, to the 107th edition of Master Mike's Wrestling Paradise. I am your host, Master Mike Ambrose, and let's start off the show. A little somber news, because we had a death in the wrestling world. We had Ole Anderson passed away. Of course, he was the original member of the Four Horsemen, and it's a little bit of history of his career. He started out as a member of the Anderson Brothers tag team. Was also, he started out as a member of the Anderson Brothers tag team with Gene. They weren't brothers. Gene was the only Anderson. Ole's actually name was Al Rogowski, so he's actually Polish. But that didn't mean anything of anything. It's just, character name. And he went from there, started in a place like Minnesota, where he's from, Omaha, Nebraska. But then when he went to the Carolinas, he formed the Minnesota Wrecking Crew with Gene Anderson, and they were a big team for a while. Of course, first time I saw him in 1986, he was over the Four Horsemen. Of course, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson were the original. Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, and Tully Blanchard were the original Four Horsemen, with James J. Dillon's a manager. Also, his behind-the-scenes work as the manager of, not just the manager, he was the booker, not the manager. Although he had a GM backstage, but I know he owned a piece of the Georgia territory, which he booked. He was the booker in Georgia for a while. Actually, might be the only guy, I don't know, there might be others, but he booked Georgia and Mid-Atlantic at the same time. He booked two territories, and guy must have been running rag and going everywhere up, booking certain guys in both places. Because you think about it, you write like 2 shows a night in different places, so. Back then, territory, each city had a show, so he's booking 2 cities a night in different territories. I don't know what he'd do it. He probably needed help. I don't know. He said he did all by himself, but I'm sure he had help with him. Oh, he's a pretty stubborn guy. One thing about Ole Anderson, stubborn as hell. And you can ask anybody, they'll say the same thing. But, what a promo. This promo guy cut great interviews. If you look on YouTube, there's an old video of him from Georgia where he did an angle where he was like a partner of Dusty Rhodes, and he turned heel on Dusty and started ripping on him, sounded like a real vicious heel. He was a great heel promo. He's a babyface for a while, okay, but he was mostly better as a heel. One thing about I've heard stories, he did fire Hulk Hogan back in Georgia because didn't think it was any good. As the time went on, he didn't adjust to the times. Of course, when I was a kid, the Black Scorpion gimmick, Sting's first big feud with his gimmick called the Black Scorpion, and all of a sudden, he starts imitating Black Scorpion doing voices. He's a mysterious character. Give you an example. He's talking to Sting. Sting, this is the Black Scorpion. I know you, and you know me. Some stuff like that. It didn't get over too well. The first match I think did well because I saw it on a pay-per-view. No, not pay-per-view. It was Clash of Championship. The pay-per-view was with a Starrcade 9. It turned out to be Ric Flair was the Black Scorpion because, a long story. I'll get into it some other day. And I'll get back into Sting. Speaking of Sting, the other show I'll talk about Sting real quick. Because we all know his last match is coming up. But yeah, that was that. He passed on Ricky Steamboat because he didn't think Steamboat was good. I disagree. Steamboat was great. And his booking was kind of dated come the 90s. He had a lot of great talent in 1990 when he was booking, but he didn't seem to book a lot of it well. He wasn't up with the times. You had Brian Pillman, Tom Zink, the Steiners, Sting, the Sudden Boys, Midnight Express, obviously Ric Flair. You had a lot of great talent, but he didn't know how to book, really book it all. Doom was there. They had a lot of great talent. Dynamic dudes. Well, Shane Douglas left by then. But, he didn't know how to book. But he was great in the 70s. He had the great talent like Tommy Rich. Late 70s, really. Tommy Rich, Buzz Sawyer. Kevin Sullivan was there. You had Freebirds. Ted DiBiase was there for a while. I think he came in and out because some other guy was booked at the time. But it's a lot of great talent he had there. And like I said, he was a legend. In his shoot interviews, boy, in later years, he would go on shows and, he just spoke his mind. He didn't really care. One of those guys that, I'm not wrestling anymore. I don't have to hide anything. I'm not looking for work. He told off Dave Meltzer, the Dirt Sheet guy, which is legendary. I'll post a link to that on YouTube, from YouTube. So Yeah, he didn't take crap from anybody in that regard. More sad news, kind of. Virgil passed away, and we all know Virgil, the bodyguard of the $1 Million Man, and was also known as Vincent in the NWO. He made a career of named characters that were like spoofs on people, because Virgil is the real name of Dusty Rhodes, and Dusty was a rival of Vince's when they were back in the 80s, and then he was called Vincent, like Vince McMahon from WCW, which WCW was doing a dig beach way. So he made a career out of that stuff. And he was also famous for kind of being a guy that was, he had he was getting there was autograph signing, and he was like, nobody would look at him. Nobody would talk to him. People looked, they just walked right by. I think he worked at the Olive Garden apparently at one time. But, rest in peace, him and his family. Same with Ole Anderson. What else we got? Oh, Road to WrestleMania starts when we just started with Elimination Chamber. Matches set because Becky Lynch and Drew McIntyre won their respective matches. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title, and Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title, looks like. We also got, of course, Bayley, Io Sky for the W Women's Championship, and Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns for the Undisputed W Universal Championship. So those are like the 4 main matches set. And there's other going to be matches rumored to come. We're going to get some with Gunther in the IC title. Maybe like a battle royal, and the winner faces Gunther the next night. I'm pulling for Chad Cable in that one personally. We got that, and we also had something with Logan Paul against Randy Orton, which could be a great match. Logan Paul's incredible, and Randy Orton's great. And it looks like AJ Styles and LA Knight. We also think there might be Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair, which we wait for Tiffany going up against a big star like Bianca. So that's that. Oh, to show you what I got over the weekend. At the store Flagman, my man at the Flagman hooked me up and got these figures. I got this Roman Reigns figure with the nightstick. No, he's not caught doing the big boss man gimmick. He just has a thing with him. I think it's from a hardcore match, so it's right there. Caught this when he was still the big dog with his old previous this used to be the Shield, but this one he was the big dog before he became the Tribal Chief. I have to get a Tribal Chief figure because those ones are gonna be big. I'm gonna get like a whole Bloodline set. And, of course, I got a Legend, Undertaker. This is like a taller figure. And you can move the arms a bit out like this. You can't go up all the way like you would do, rest, but you can see the eyes right there. Rest in peace. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, Ole Anderson passed on him, too, so. But, I'm not going to knock him. That's what it is. Got all the tattoos on him. Looks like they really got all the artwork from the guy, So this is a great sculpture. Yep. I got that. Hope to get some more coming up in the next couple weeks. And then, has it in the next while. Oh, back to Sting in closing. Sting's retirement match again is this weekend. The AEW Tag Team Champions, him and Darby Allin, defending against the Young Bucks. And Sting's last match. I can't say it. I'm not a big Young Bucks fan. I would not have done this. I would have had him against Darby one-on-one because they've been working together. Or I don't know. Who's another guy? Malachi Black. Who'd they ever do? Put him with something like that. They could use it. MJF's out in you can't do him. Adam Cole, I don't know. It's like I said, Darby or Malachi Black could have done it. Could have done something with like Adam Page or Swerve Strickland too. Even Joe. Joe's the champion. They got history from TNA. He could have done something like that with Samoa Joe. He puts him over for the title one more. Joe's the champion. Sting said, I want more shot at the big gold. He has a great match. As great as, he's 60s. Joe's smart. He knows how to work with him. And Joe wins, obviously. Sting will put him over, but it's a great competitive match. And then they all embrace at the end, Even though Joe's a heel, he can kind of, embrace at the end. So, I would just like that. I'm just not a big Young Bucks fan. I don't care what anybody says. Never was a fan of them. And, I think a lot of these guys, like the Young Bucks, Danielson, Moxley, a lot of guys put them over so much, and they put each other over. It's like, I'm not really into those kind of guys. I got my favorites. As you know, I'm going to run a list next week of my favorite wrestlers currently right now. So look for that in the next future. Well, anyway, I got to get going now. I got a Bruins game to watch. Bruce Cassidy's coming back home. Bruce, with the Vegas Knights in his ring. And like he says, the Bruins can kiss his ring. I'm a Bruins fan, but he makes a good point. Okay, see you later. Talk to you later. Good night. Have a good night. Bye-bye.